Hey guys, this is Ace. I'm finna react to this video by Trap Geek called King Von Friends Becomes Enemies. This came out yesterday. It's at 240,000 views, 18,000 likes. Everybody get right into this.
You know what people told me? People told me you and YoungBoy was beefing or something like that.
I know they
said
be
something
saying
about
that a lot.
what happened?
They be saying that a lot. It's like we got the same interests and holes, and then you know how the internet will try to make it, but it ain't nothing too serious, nothing you should worry about.
5 people were shot overnight in downtown Atlanta. 2 of them died, and now investigators are working to figure out what led up to the violence.
Just keep breathing, cuz.
I remember that morning when I had woke up and I saw that they was in a fight, and I was like, how? And I thought it was cool because I saw a video with them when Quando was talking about Duck and Tuka and all them, and they said Von got shot. Then like 20 minutes later, they said he died, and I was like, there is no way this can't. Like I was going on Twitter, Instagram, I was checking everywhere, and then I saw, I think it was Academics or Shade Room. I saw one of those big pages posting. I was like, oh damn.
Hold on, you can't move on that,
You
man.
got it. My fault.
Yeah.
Man, he shot. What you mean wrong side?
Alright, what's up everybody? We gotta talk about this King Von situation. Rest in peace. It's tragic. Everything that could
Rest
have
in
went
peace,
wrong
Von.
went wrong that night. Von was shot in the parking lot of the Monaco Hookah Lounge right in the center of downtown Atlanta after this huge brawl with Quando Rondo's crew and a couple of undercover police. Everything was captured on surveillance cameras with multiple angles, and I've seen so many rumors and fake stories circulating. The stuff about Dirk buying all the tickets to Quando Rondo's next show, news sites posting Snapchats from a fake Quando Rondo account calling King Von Queen Von. That's all fake. We don't have to invent stories. Reality is already crazy. People don't even know. There was almost a second shootout the night Von was killed. After the chaos in the parking lot at the hookah spot, both crews rushed to the hospital and went to the same one. That's why Quando Rondo went immediately to Instagram Live when he got to the entrance at the Grady Memorial Hospital.
Just keep breathing.
That real scene brought me at the same hospital and got scared and went live. Fake ass straight niggas on my son. There would have been another episode at that bitch fuck. Got the media hollering these niggas pussy.
Cuz. Come on.
And while they moved Von's body on the highway 8 miles from the hospital to the morgue, Atlanta police were in the very same hospital charging Quando Rondo's boy Little Tim for the murder of King Von. Now not only is Lil Tim fighting this felon
He got shot, didn't he? I thought I saw somewhere that he had got shot too.
murder case, but something people don't know is he's already fighting a conspiracy case in Georgia. After this year-long investigation took down a trap house in Savannah, confiscating 15 pounds of kush, $16,000 cash, and a bunch of guns. And if you're online even a little bit, you've seen the rumors circulating that NBA YoungBoy is responsible for Von's death. We saw close NBA YoungBoy affiliates going immediately to IG Live as soon as it happened, laughing at Von being killed.
The joke's on you, this now you get a rep now.
Say that's that Von pack. When I seen he got popped, all I could do was laugh. All I could do was laugh.
Now, we're gonna get into all this, but before we do, check out my song of the day. This is my guy Young Po. Let's go. Alright, it's messed up to say, but this is the most attention Quando Rondo's ever gotten in his career. He was never a headliner, he's not a huge artist, and now he's in the position where he's playing up the role of the bad guy. Dropping that song, addressing the King Von situation, shooting that video, dressed up as the guy who killed him, Little Tim. He's been wearing bulletproof vests everywhere, getting all his shows canceled, and what makes the situation worse, at one point, King Von and Quando were cool with each other.
63rd, nigga, so.
This was the video I was talking about I had saw.
At one point, King Von and Quando were cool with each other.
63rd, nigga, so. Dirty ass niggas, man. I'm talking about. Hey, listen, no man, the nigga on 64, y'all 63rd niggas over there smoking crack.
That's a video from a year ago of the two of them before a show in Atlanta, cracking jokes and making fun of Von's ops together. But realistically, this relationship was not gonna last. And yes, NBA YoungBoy is involved.
YoungBoy, the YB situation was just too real, just too good. All us got a real bond, so I don't that music shit, like, you feel me? This shit way deeper than that.
The reason Youngboy is mentioned in this is cause he has ties with both Quando and Von. Quando was the first artist signed to Youngboy's Never Broke Again label. They've been real close ever since, making music, doing shows. They even tag team jumped their own security together.
I remember this.
And when Youngboy was beefing with Kodak Black a couple years back, Quando showed his loyalty by going on IG Live and burning Kodak's merch.
Man, it's up. Man, we on some NBA shit, man. Tell Ethic don't send me shit no more, man.
He even went to New York and got into a brawl in Brooklyn with Kodak's artist Tutu G's. According to Tutu, Quando got slapped, people were throwing chairs, it was chaos. Now thankfully, nobody got hurt, but the beef is still on to this day. And Youngboy's got a huge list of these industry beefs with people he doesn't get along with. One tension that was slowly building behind the scenes was with him and a new artist out of Chicago named King Von.
Fuck Youngboy talking about on this song, bro. He talking crazy on this one.
Oh, yeah?
He ain't even like that.
Oh!
On his ass now. You got cap in your raps.
At this point, Von was just starting to get hot. He had Crazy Story 1 out, the buzz was slowly building. And in March of 2019, Von went on Instagram Live to say that Youngboy was lying in his raps. Youngboy fans were quick in the comments, spamming him to apologize or something was gonna happen to Von in 48 hours. Fast forward a couple months to December of 2019. Lil Reese, who's super close to Von, comes out and says he would never do a song with Youngboy. After fans were asking him for a collab, we could see these lines being drawn real quick between O'Block and Youngboy's crew 4KT. Fast forward again, 4 months ago. These photos surface of Von holding hands with Youngboy's ex-girl and baby mama, Jania. At the same time, Von was tweeting
Jania she gotta be the one starting stuff, cause she was messing with Fredo Bang, she was messing with Jada Youngin, and she was messing with Von. All people that had problems with Youngboy.
subliminals about posting some other dude's girl, doing stuff that would have him stop claiming his kids. It didn't take long for Youngboy to match that energy and go out and do a song with King Von's ex-girl, Asian Doll. Both of them using each other's girls as props to get at one another. And the whole time, people like 600 Breezy from Chicago were hyping Von up, saying stuff like, I love what you're doing, we know what you're doing, hashtag Rapper K. So he's saying Rapper Killer. Basically, he's cryptically talking about Youngboy, who then responded indirectly but super directly at the same
remember
time
that.
by saying, I'm gonna make sure my son F's your daughter since her trolling. Now this tension kept building and building behind the scenes. Von's even got subliminals about Youngboy on this new album he dropped last month, Welcome to O-Block. On the song Mine 2, Von says outright that he's got beef in Louisiana and the other dude doesn't know it. He's rapping that gangster shit, now he's gotta show it. So when the news hit last month that Von got killed in a confrontation with Youngboy's artist, theories started to circulate that it was Youngboy who ordered the hit. 2 days after Von was killed, a fan uploaded an old unreleased song.
I remember people were saying that Youngboy had ordered that. Then I was like, why would he send his own artist? Why wouldn't he send one of the people from his crew that's not well known, that would probably be able to get closer to Von, that Quando would be able to walk up to Von? Because if Von had problems with Youngboy, Quando Rondo would not be able to just walk up to him. A fan would be able to walk up to him. He could have paid a fan to do something. So I didn't believe that when that first came out. I didn't believe that.
From Youngboy and titled it like it was a King Von diss called Let Them Shots Off. Now this was pure clickbait, but the video still managed to go to number 8 on trending on YouTube, and it's not about King Von at all. And I saw fans starting to go back into Youngboy's catalog, reading into his lyrics, looking for clues. One song in particular, they claim predicted Von's death 2 months before it happened. The song is called Dead Trolls, and at one point in the song, Youngboy talks about planning to rob somebody in Atlanta. He talks about leaving his ops dead and mentions D Rose being away from the Chicago Bulls. You connect the lyrics, King Von was staying in Atlanta, he got killed in Atlanta. D Rose was a point guard for the Chicago Bulls, but in Chicago Drill, D Rose was an infamous O-Block shooter who got 40 years for a murder. He's been shouted out on numerous tracks by Chief Keef, and even Von, who's got photos side by side with him. And this song Dead Trolls just happened to drop shortly after these photos surfaced of King Von holding hands with Jania, Youngboy's ex-girl. Now, before we get carried away, no, I don't think this song predicted Von's death 2 months before it happened. I don't think Youngboy cooked up some Louisiana voodoo to make that happen. In reality, the Atlanta line could be about anybody. Half the industry's in Atlanta, and Youngboy beefs with half the industry. Jada Youngin, Fredo Bang, their beefs are well documented. Both of them got tension with Youngboy, and both of them record in Atlanta. So, no, I don't buy it. Truth is, Von's manager says this incident was personal between Quando and Von.
This has nothing to do with Young Boy doing a song with Asian Doll, and that has nothing to do with this, right?
No, this has to do with Von being the person he is, and Ben, he don't like all that sneak this social media stuff.
And as those tensions escalated between both camps, word is Quando had been talking shit behind the scenes about Von for quite some time, to the point where Von said if he caught someone from that camp, he was putting hands on. And this music industry's small, you're gonna run into people.
Especially in Atlanta.
Yep. That's where all the good studios are, producers, label offices. Quando Rondo's from Georgia, Dirk and Von are both based out there too, so this was only a matter of time. Now, the Monaco Hookah Lounge is right in the center of downtown Atlanta. King Von's been to that spot before, it's a popular place, but it's also a red zone for shootouts. 3 people have been killed at this place in the last year alone. That's why there were undercovers patrolling the area that night and at the venue. Now, the first reports that came out were confusing. The news said that undercover police had shot Von. We even saw dispatch calls from Chicago PD telling their officers that Atlanta...
Yeah, I remember hearing that audio. They were telling them the Atlanta police called Chicago police, and Chicago told their officers not to go to O Block for anything, but if they do go, to go with multiple cars because they're mad that King Von died.
Atlanta police had shot Von, and to move with caution around O Block because emotions would be high.
Last night in Atlanta, police shot King Von and 2 of his people. Social media is active with, they're upset with the police. So if we have any jobs in Parkway, send 2 cars. Keep your eyes open, be wary. They're not happy with the police over there.
We later found out 3 separate crews were involved. Von's crew, Quando's crew, and the undercover police. Now, nobody knows what set Von off, but Von's manager says that night he wasn't himself. Von was celebrating his album release at Opium nightclub a few hours earlier. He was supposed to go back.
I had watched a part of that interview that the manager did with Academics, and the way he was talking about how Von was sitting in the car for too long, it's like he knew Quando was gonna be there and he wanted to fight him, but it just didn't go down that way. So it's like he was waiting for Quando to get there because somebody came up and told him, "Oh, Quando over there in the car, go get him," and they all got out, and that's when that camera showed.
Back to his Airbnb around 2:30 in the morning, but he suddenly decided to switch routes midway and go to this hookah spot on Trinity Avenue about 10 minutes away. Now, Von cannot carry weapons himself. He's been fighting that case with Dirk in Atlanta for close to a year. They got strict guidelines to follow, but he knows his status. Usually, Von travels with 3 to 4 security, a bulletproof truck, and his guys from Chicago. But on this night, he left Club Opium by himself with 1 driver and 1 other car.
See, that doesn't sound smart. Like, he should have kept his people with him.
Leaving that fleet of security behind. When Von got to the hookah spot, he waited for 30 minutes in the car, and his security finally got word of his new location change and immediately rushed over to get to him. The whole time, Quando Rondo just happened to be in the same parking lot at that same hookah spot, napping in his McLaren. I know coincidences can happen, but this one's pretty big. What are the chances that King Von randomly decided to change routes and go to a hookah spot where somebody that he doesn't like happens to be at? One of Von's friends spots Quando and goes back to tell Von, and on the CCTV camera we see Quando making his way over to this white SUV, scanning the area cautiously. Shortly after, you see Von leaping out of his own car, going looking for Quando. As soon as Von sees Quando, he starts throwing punches. Von is unarmed, but his crew is swarming Quando quickly. That's when Quando's bro Lil Tim hops out the white SUV, pulls a pistol out, and fires off 5 shots, hitting Von in the chest and thighs. Bullets also graze Von's manager, who is in the mix of it. All hell breaks loose. Von's bro Slutty, who was right next to Von when the brawl started, was the first person to return fire once Vaughn gets shot, hitting Lil Tim in the leg once, but then his gun jams, so he can't finish the job. Now this actually saves Lil Tim's life. Him getting shot in the leg drops him to the ground, making him a non-threat to the undercover police who were creeping around back in the adjacent parking lot. With Lil Tim on the ground and Slutty standing over him with a jammed up Glock, Slutty turns and runs into the adjacent parking lot towards the undercovers, who start ringing off shots and hit both Slutty and another O-Block guy named Louis in the head, killing Slutty on the spot and leaving Louis in critical condition. This whole time, Quando is still tangled up with King Von, who's just been shot a bunch of times and has paralysis in the bottom half of his body. According to Von's manager, Quando is screaming, "Von shot, Von shot." And on camera, it looks like he leans in and holds close to Von, either trying to...
Hey, look, in that clip, people were saying that Quando was trying to take Von's O-Block chain as like a trophy or something, which is stupid.
Help him or take his chain. It's hard to say which, but eventually Von's brother Muop runs over and knocks Quando in the head, separating him from Von, where they can now pick him up and escape in the getaway vehicle. Unfortunately, even though the hospital was just 10 minutes away, doctors could not save his life, and now we're left in the aftermath.
Yes, sir, man. Recipe King Von, man.
You're talking about 2 clicks with huge influence, money, and power. The very next day, we saw 600 Breezy hitting the freeway at 150 miles an hour, leaving Chicago to go to Baton Rouge as a declaration of war with NBA Youngboy's crew 4KT.
We smoke it if you really have. We condone the violence. All you hear is sirens.
Breezy is also openly talking about revenge on socials, leaving kissy emojis underneath Von's killer's IG page. Several days after everything happened, Von's childhood bro, Mimo 600, went to Savannah, Georgia to film a music video in Quando Rondo's neighborhood. I think he filmed it in the housing complex close by. Regardless, point is, nobody's squashing nothing. And while Mimo was out there in Quando's neighborhood, this girl DMs him saying they should link up while he's there. After doing some...
This girl is Quando Rondo's baby mama sister trying to get at Mimo.
Research on the girl, Mimo finds her in a Quando Rondo music video just last year. It was a setup, a backdoor attempt in Quando's home city. And you've heard that theory, the enemy of your enemy is your friend. That's playing out in real time. But it's not just the industry that's affected by Von's death. We can look at the city of Chicago.
When Dirk and Fredo came down here to shoot that video, Hot Boy had went on, I think it was Instagram, and he was saying like, I don't know what they got going on, but it ain't got nothing to do with me. He was just there for the video. So it's like Hot Boy staying out of it, and he letting Dirk and Fredo deal with that.
Not just the industry that's affected by Von's death. We can look at the city of Chicago too. This has been the most violent year in Chicago since 2016. And just like when FBG Duck died, one side was laughing, well now it's the other side's turn. As these memes of Von packs are being shared all over the internet, diss songs being made, and people close to Duck just showing Von no signs of sympathy. But yeah man, that's pretty much it for this video. Rest in peace to Von. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one.
Alright, that's going to be the end of this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below what videos I should react to next. And I'll see y'all in the next video.